And the question today that we are trying to answer is Sam Altman is trying to raise $7 trillion to create a whole AI chip and set up factories all around the world for the same. Now, the question is, can he even raise that money? And if he raises that money, what is it actually going to be used for? So let's start. Let's first put the number in perspective. $7 trillion. It's not a billion. It's not a million. It's $7 trillion. $7 trillion is equivalent to 2.1 times of the GDP of our country, India. In addition to that, it is some of the GDPs of these five countries. Literally, it's Brazil, South Korea, Australia, and these are some in the top 20 economies. And even UAE, which is actually discussing to fund this, has a complete GDP of $590 billion. So, well, Sam being the smart guy that he is, he's not looking to raise all of this at one shot. He's going to look at something called a salami method, which is going to give him $350 billion over a 10-year period. Literally, that's $350 billion over into 20 over a 10-year period. So that means every year he will go out and raise $700 billion. That does not mean he'll raise it. He will just commit to it and he will finally go and get it. And that's the goal. So that's how he reaches to 7 trillion. Again, I'm not sure how, but let's explain on where it is going to be spent. Right now, people are not able to fathom why do you need $7 trillion, right? So here is it. Well, very simply, AI does not run by itself. Right now, you're all using AI on your PCs, on your laptop, and it's all running on the cloud. But cloud is nothing just computers put in another place connected via internet. So when that is happening, this chip, this is literally gold today. And that's why I've written it there. Everything runs on a computer. Now, these computers are not your average PCs, your phones or laptops. These are extremely high-end chips which run this. One of them, the biggest and the best ones right now out there, is NVIDIA's H100. That retails out for $30,000 for one single piece of chip. They put and stack them all together to run models and train them. Right now, that requires a lot of compute, that requires a lot of energy, and everything that you are running right now, ChatGPT, Gemini, everything, and a ton of tools that I also run, all of them require chips like these to run that. Now, the idea is you need a lot of better steps to make sure that these can scale. For example, if you want bigger models, you need more compute. The more compute you need, the more chips are required. And not only means more chips, but you need better chips, which don't exist today at least. And plus, people want more. People want more AI tools. Like, for example, GPT-4, you can only use it to a certain limit if you are even on a $25, $30 plan, because there is not enough compute that can scale for so many users. In addition to that, the organizations which are requiring GPT to scale to their organizational needs require much more processing power or much more speed. They don't want to wait. Like, for example, if you want to use it for a financial instrument analysis, you can't wait for GPT-4 to give that response back in probably, I don't know, 6 seconds if you're trying to use it for high frequency trading or not. The idea is they are trying to use AI everywhere, and the bigger the use case gets, the more compute they require. And that's the whole idea right now. Again, we have got to here, like in the world where AI exists with the current processing power that we have, but we don't know how we can go from here to there, right? And that's where Sam comes in. And Sam wants to build these AI chips from the ground up, which means everything gets done specifically keeping in mind for AI in every step of the way, right? Now, the question is, will he ever be able to make the money, right? Will he ever be able to make money? Well, I'll be honest, I think it is possible. And very simple reason is because this is one opportunity no country would like to give up on. Literally, none of them want to give up on this, because if they do and it does not play well out for them, they'll be in a massive, massive problem, right? So let's start from here, okay? First of all, China right now owns a lot of chip manufacturing, not specifically on every end, but a lot of components and everything come from China. Plus, Taiwan, which has the TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, is literally one of the biggest chip producers, actually probably the biggest chip producer in the world. And these two countries are going through a lot of political issues, which we are not going to discuss here. But they are not the best places to be in if you own a company, and everything else, which is the core of it, like chips and everything dependent upon someone else, you would like to de-risk that. So Sam obviously wants to make sure there are multiple chip manufacturing facilities at a very huge level, which can produce chips for the whole world without being dependent on China or Taiwan or any other particular country. Second, this China and US don't like each other, right? And because US is so dependent on the capabilities of China and Taiwan to give them chips and maintain their processes and everything, it is extremely difficult for a country to trust them now, given what we have gone through in the last, I don't know, 4 to 5 years, right? So they will actually be able to find money. Second, UAE is already in advanced talks of funding this, not only because they think it is valuable, but also because they want to invest in AI and build a economy filled with AI jobs. And the second part is, even in countries which can't fund it, for example, let's say a country like India, I'm not sure how much we are going to bet on it, but I'm pretty sure we can still fund it to a certain level. Even if we're funding it in maybe a smaller scale, what we'll start doing is, India has a lot of talent. We will offer tax breaks for companies to set up their AI hardware and everything in India so that we can build that talent right now. So the ones who are not funding it will be able to offer tax breaks, talent, etc. It's literally going to happen. I really don't see a scenario where it may not happen unless Sam just says, I don't want the money anymore, or maybe he has already found it. 7 trillion may look like a lot of money, but given the stakes, which are super high, it might not be that much. And well, money can be printed, right? Well, just before here, I'd like to introduce you to this. Okay, look at this clip by Mark.
Sam Altman a bit. The OpenAI CEO, he's been reportedly trying to raise $7 trillion to build the semiconductor infrastructure needed to power artificial intelligence systems. NVIDIA's CEO said this week that Altman's plan was overkill. But what do you think? Is Sam insane, or is this scale of investment needed to support the development of AI?
I don't know. I mean, Sam is I think actually like a very earnest and thoughtful guy. And I think his level of ambition for the space, I think, has been very helpful for building it out overall. And I mean, the number is astronomical. So I mean, it is hard to kind of wrap my head around that. But honestly, I haven't gotten a chance to talk to Sam about it, so I don't want to kind of weigh in too much on that. But I think the place that he's right is that, like, you know, if you look year over year, these companies keep on building these larger and larger training clusters of computers to basically train the state-of-the-art models. So it's like a couple of years ago, maybe it was like 1,000.
The point as well, I just want to show you that clip and I'll link it down below. The idea is it's not crazy, right? He's not crazy of what he's trying to build. And then you just think about that he's into, like, Mark Zuckerberg is probably going to spend a good amount of money on being part of that venture. It does seem like it's going to happen because yes, people can call that it may not, but it does not need to. But I have to show you all the arguments. So NVIDIA CEO, actually the person who technically runs AI right now, he's probably like the person who's selling the most shovels in the gold rush. He actually said, like, you know, that building AI data centers in the next 5 years will not look at more than $2 trillion. But, you know, when you just look at that number right now, all the AI production of hardware, which is all the chips and everything, data centers, XYZ, is just around $1 trillion. He says it's going to double in the next 5 years. I really think, and again, I'm nobody to say this, I think it's not going to be it's going to be much higher number than 2 trillion because just the amount of people that want to use AI and haven't even explored capabilities right now, we don't have an idea about that. Second, there is this, I don't know, I wanted to put this because this got pretty popular in the last week. Is OpenAI boss Sam Altman 1.7 trillion, and if he gets it, again, everyone should be running around everything. This is someone on Guardian, it's an opinion piece from someone, so it's okay. So the idea is this is actually going to happen. I really think it's going to happen and we are going to see that. And the day Sam actually secures funding for that, I'm going to create another video. And if you want to watch that one, please like, share and subscribe, and I would love to see you in the next